selecting User Preferences and Printing Preferences in POS. Start by clicking on User Options, User Preferences POS, and here we can see our POS preferences. The first one, Default POS Salesperson, can be used if you have a commission plan. Next preference, we can select the POS Payer, and here we can see this is the select default payer for a POS transaction. It's set to Cash Customer. This preference is typical for a register where there's no need to capture a customer's information. If we set the preference for Select Customer, each transaction you would have to find the existing customer or add a new customer. So in a lot of cases, it's a lot easier to just have it default to Cash Customer. Let's go take a quick look. Here we've pulled up a new POS order and we can see it defaults to Cash Customer. And if we did need to select the customer, we could just go right down and click on Select Customer, and we could find the customer right here. And now we can see the customer's name has been entered in. Let's go back to User Options. The third option, POS Prepared By, and this is typically just the user's name. Here we'll leave in Walter. Next we have User Preferences Purchasing, and these preferences are very similar to what we saw in Parts and Service. Purchase Order Prepared By. In this case, when we open a purchase order, it would default to John Donnelly's name. We can change that if we like. And we can click on Purchasing Preference. Here we can select what we want to view when we open up Create Purchase Order. In this case, we're just going to see the service orders. But if you need to see the service orders and retail sales, you can click this button. Or if you want to see all of them, along with the reorder points, we can click All. Let's go take a quick look. Go to Parts, Purchasing, Create Purchase Order. Now we selected all, so we can see they're all checked off. And we're seeing all the parts that need to be ordered. And we can change it from this screen as well if we didn't want to see any of the POS orders. We can uncheck the box, and let's uncheck Reorder Parts. And now we're just seeing the service orders. The Order Parts box is always checked to remind us that we can always order a part from the screen by selecting Add Item from Parts Catalog, or we can add a new special order item, or if you have a scanner hooked up, you can just scan the barcode. And even though we uncheck these boxes, if we click out and then go right back in, we can see they're all checked off because we had set the default to all. Let's go back to User Options. Next we can click on Station Preferences. Up top we can see the Cash Drawer Printer port, and we want to keep this set to OCD, Open Cash Drawer. Next we have the Invoice POS, and it's set for Invoice Large Format. This is typically used to print estimates for customers. Finally we have the Receipt. We go over to the drop-down. And if you're using a receipt printer, you want to go with the sales order narrow. And if you're printing your receipts on 8.5 by 11, you want to select the sales order option. And that's it, user options and printing options in POS.